This is the AXS one-man camo bivvy, and it's my personal shelter which I've had ever since the camo version of the AXS came out. Before this I had the standard green. Absolutely love the way it goes up, the protection it gives, the space, all about it is just perfect for my needs. But no matter how close I am to my fishing friends, I don't think I want to buddy up with them in this, so I need something a little bit bigger. Something like this. So this is the AXS two-man camo version, and just like my AXS one-man, as you see, the material is exactly the same, and it also follows the same design principles and setup as the one-man. So if I refer back to my one-man, just to show you how this one goes up, it works on a fanned out basis. Put the poles together, fan it out, pull the poles round and lock it into place. But where this one's slightly different is it's held in place by 3 tension bars, 2 either side and 1 across the top. And also, unlike the one-man, this does require 2 people to put it up if you want to have a good time. Trying to do it by yourself I think will be a bit of a nightmare. And I've also given you a size sort of comparison of sticking my Skoda Octavia inside of here, but what is it in relation to the one-man? So I'm going to quickly set it up on the inside just to show you the difference. Fan it out. Pulse round, and there we have the one-man easily inside the two-man. So just to give you a sense of scale, this is absolutely dwarfed by the two-man. So frame-wise, nice and sturdy, and as you've seen, it follows the same principle as the single one-man. It's the AXS spreader block system at the back, pulled tight by the tension bars. So nice and strong, all the poles are anti-twist, they're one directional, so once you put them in, there's no way of them flexing or twisting at any point. Nice and lightweight, 60-61 aluminium. But wrapped around those poles are a choice of 2 different materials. The same in hydrostatic head, both 10,000mm hydrostatic head, but you can have it in either the camo version like I've got with me today, or the standard green. So it's down to personal preference on which one you want to go for. Now, although this bivvy is nice and stable as it is, if the wind's starting to pick up, due to the natural characteristics of it being much taller and bigger, it might get a little bit wobbly. So there are guy ropes provided, much bigger pegs as well. Attach these to multiple points around the bivvy, and it makes it much more stable. You just got to make sure that the ground isn't 90% rock, and you should be okay. Now, moving on to the front, we've got several different configurations of how you can have it, whether it's mozzie fronts, 4 panels or clear PVC. But first thing I want to mention is the peak. That's one of the things I love about the one-man, is just how big that peak is, because even without the front on, like the infill panel, it gives you so much protection from driving rain, and it's the same here. And also, as you can see, I'm 6'1", I'm not touching the peak. Probably only about an inch or so between my head and the peak, but it's lovely that you can stand up here. So if it was raining, you could still technically stand in the doorway and stay dry. So that's lovely that they've still kept that feature. Moving on to the front itself, you've got 2 big panels either side, one of which I've rolled up at the moment to reveal its mozzie panel. And also at the very bottom, we've got these storm vent straps. So these are rigid, you fold them out, attach the vent to that like I have on this side, so you can still get some airflow even if it's absolutely pissing down with rain, which is really nice to see. At the moment, I've got the door completely revealed back. Unclip that, roll it down, and as you can see, easy to zip down one side, have it open one side or completely down, and you've got 2-way zips, so you can have it at any configuration you want. So in fact, undo that. On the inside, I've got 2 different door options which you can zip on or off depending on which one you want. So if you want full airflow but protection from the mozzies, you can put the mozzie infill panel, or if it's absolutely driving with rain but you still want to be able to see out, you've also got your clear PVC option. So these are things that you don't always have to take with you, so if you want to strip this back to not as much weight, you can do so. But for now, I'm just going to keep that door nice and stripped back because it's very warm today, and as you can see by my hair, very humid too. On the back, not as many options as you get on the front, but you've got everything you need. Mozzie panels or solid panels if you don't want to have the mozzies exposed, of course. Same again, we've got these storm vent sort of little straps that hold the peak open or the vent open, or also like I've got on the other panel over there, you've got the elasticated toggle so you can peg it out to make it nice and taut, strong. So if it's really windy and rainy but you still want the airflow, you can use that and it won't flap about. They have zips either side, so when you zip them down, they're nice and taut. It's not like it's all Velcro, so one of them going to come flapping off. And they're also covered by these baffles, so the rain can't ingress on those zips either. So quite handy that you've got those full airflow all the way from front to back. If you've got the front completely open or all the mozzie mesh panels, you're still protected from those mozzies, but nice airflow all the way through for both you and your friend. Onto the inside, mesh pockets are all over the place. So whether it's handy little ones down here for your valuables, keys, wallet and stuff like that, or these ones which are the perfect size for your phone or receiver on either side, nice and handy to store things. And also 2 more handy ones at the rear. A lovely breeze. There's also a lovely heavy duty ground sheet, and because this shelter is so big, if you want to just take this for a picnic one day, you should be able to fit a good family of 15 on it. If you think you're going to get lost in all that space inside and need to divide it up into different headquarters, then maybe inner capsules are what you want to go for. There's a 2-man available and also a 1-man. The 1-man is exactly that, the 1-man. It toggles into place with lots and lots and lots of little elasticated toggles with a corresponding loop to little toggle system. Once you're in here, there are several points you can hang receivers, bivvy lights and all sorts, and around the outside I don't think I've ever seen so many mesh pockets as this. But if you want to bring something for every single pocket, you can do so. So each one can have a different receiver, a bait needle in one, boilie socks in another, up to you. But there's stacks of storage room in here, and also Ian is looking straight through the opened panel, but if you pan slightly to the right, you can see there is a full mesh panel which completely zipped off or zipped back, or you can have it like I have at the moment where half of it's open, half shut, or completely shut. So if you've got all the Mozzie mesh vents open and you still want a little bit more protection in your bed quarters, then you can zip that up and make sure that this bit is completely Mozzie free for at night. Now I've got to untoggle all of those toggles and put the 2-man in. You can help me with that one, Ian. Well, death by 1,000 toggles, we finally got the double capsule in place. And it just basically covers the whole inside of the bivvy. So if you want a completely sealed unit, just like the 1-man one, which covered this back section, has a complete sealed unit, this now means that the whole bivvy is a sealed unit, unless you have the door wide open like we do at the moment. But it gives you that extra level of protection. So if you're going somewhere which is full of creepy crawlies, snakes and all sorts, or you just want as much protection from mozzies as possible, this is probably what you'd go for. As you can see, I've got my bed chair on the left, stacks of room for another one over there. So if you're sharing a bivvy with a mate, keep this nice and enclosed, it's perfect for that. We've got to take it all out again now though. Oh. So there you have it, the AXS 2-man bivvy. So if you're on the market for a 2-man, something like this, there's definitely something to consider. The amount of space you get inside there, it's a little bit reduced once you've got that inner capsule in, the double one especially. If you're standing up in the middle, you start to touch the ceiling, but without that in, there was stacks of room there. Standing up in the middle, I'm 6'1", with still space to stand, and stacks of room either side. So yes, you could use this on longer sessions on your own. As I said at the start, you'll probably struggle a little bit to set it up by yourself. Will be possible, but you might be a bit frustrated by the time you have got it up if you're on your own. But as it's a 2-man, odds are you're going to have a mate with you to be putting this up, so it makes it much easier to do so. The inner capsules are optional extras, nice to add the extra element of protection, whether you need that if you're going abroad, somewhere that may requires it, or you just really hate creepy crawlies and use it in the UK as well, is an option. Ground sheet as well, keeps you nice and clean from the bottom. But overall, I think it was nice and easy to set up. I've not set up many 2-men bivvies before. I have done some before, and none of them are exactly easy because of the whole idea of them being so tall and wide. They can be a bit fiddly to do, but this one wasn't very difficult at all to set up. So it really is something to consider. But I think that's pretty much it for now. Pub? Yeah, pub. Oh, by the way, Ian, you're buffing out those zip scratches on my car.